Have you noticed your EBT benefits disappearing faster than usual lately? You're not alone. We have some alarming news about a recent surge in EBT theft and some new scams targeting seniors' food benefits. In today's video, we're going to talk about all of that, as well as how to protect your EBT benefits from scammers, 21 new EBT discounts that can help you stretch your benefits farther, and some big changes to the summer EBT schedule as well. We have a lot to cover today, so let's dive right in. It's July 2024, and that means that a lot of areas are starting to get those summer EBT benefits, also known as Sunbucks. This program is providing $120 in extra food benefits to each eligible child this summer. This is an important boost for families who otherwise might not be able to put food on the table. In a little while, we're going to talk about some major delays to the summer EBT program that are affecting some users. But for now, I need you to understand something very important. Every time that we see a big boost in EBT benefits going out like this, we also see a huge surge in scammers trying to take that money away from you. It's gross, it's disgusting, it's unfair, and it is so frustrating for the people who are affected. But it happens, and you need to know about it. The more you understand it, the better you can keep your benefits safe. Many states are reporting steep and sudden increases in EBT theft. In Nevada alone, they've seen a 328% increase in EBT theft over the last month. Michigan has seen a 32% increase in theft year over year. In Florida, the thefts were so bad that the Secret Service literally came out and worked with the local police departments to check thousands of payment terminals for skimming devices. It's wild. A lot of these thefts are the result of skimmers. These are devices that are placed on payment terminals where you swipe your card. And what they do is copy your card information and your PIN. As soon as you swipe it, that information is copied and sent to a scammer that can make a copy of your card, and then they can use that card wherever they want. And it happens faster than you can blink. And it's not just skimmers either. Phishing is another way that scammers steal EBT benefits. They use fake but official-looking emails, text messages, social media links, and phone calls to try to trick you into revealing your EBT card number and your PIN. Once they have that information, they can clone your card and use it wherever they want. In Alabama, there's a new phishing scam that is targeting seniors' benefits. And like we've said in other videos recently, when a scam starts in one area, it spreads like wildfire to everywhere else. So you need to watch out for this, even if you aren't in Alabama right now. This new scam is sophisticated. They use caller ID spoofing, which means that it looks like they're calling you from an official number with the Department of Human Resources or the EBT Customer Service Department. And because it looks official, you're more likely to trust it when you answer. So when you answer, they're going to claim that there's been some sort of emergency with your card. They may tell you that your card has been locked for your own protection and that you need to verify some information in order to unlock it. They'll ask you for a lot of things, but among those things will be your card number and your PIN. Sneaky, right? It's important to remember that the official SNAP office will never ask you your card number or your PIN, especially over the phone, by text message, or over email. If you get a call like this, hang up immediately. And if you're worried about it, call your local EBT office back. Do not give any information to someone who calls you, no matter how official that phone number may look. Once you're aware of the problem, it's pretty easy to protect yourself from scammers and phishing scams. For phishing scams, just don't provide any information about your EBT card over the phone in response to text messages or emails. If someone is reaching out to you, do not give them that information. Don't click links on social media. Keep that information safe and secure. Do not let yourself be tricked into revealing it to anyone for any reason. That the only time that you should be using your card number and your PIN is to pay for your own purchases, nothing else. Now, it's a little trickier to avoid skimmers. You should always inspect every payment terminal before you swipe that card. Look for pieces that are loose or that don't fit quite right. If there's tape, glue, or damage to the terminal, don't use it. If the buttons are off center or hard to push, that can be a red flag. The best way to spot a skimmer is to yank, pull, and tug at different parts of the machine to see if they come off. Now, I know that can be uncomfortable to do in a store, but it's better than having your benefits stolen. If you're worried about a skimmer on one payment terminal, go check out in a different lane, or use a different one, or go to a different store. You're more likely to encounter these skimmers in self-checkout lanes that aren't regularly monitored, areas that are poorly lit or not well attended, or easier marks for people who want to install these devices. If you choose to shop at a lane with a cashier in a well-lit area and at a reputable store, you're more likely to be safe and avoid these devices, but it's still not a guarantee, because skimmers have even been found in stores like Walmart too. I like to shop at stores like Winco because they provide security tape over their machines that clearly shows the machine has not been tampered with. It makes me feel a little bit safer. Now, for an extra layer of security, most states have rolled out official websites or apps like EBT Edge that can help you manage your EBT benefits. A lot of times you can block out-of-state transactions and online transactions, and this is huge because a lot of times the person who clones your card goes and uses those benefits in a completely different state. So if you have those out-of-state transactions blocked, it can help keep your benefits safer. It's honestly a good idea to use those security features at all times to protect your benefits. And then if you need to travel or shop online, you just enable it, make your purchase, and then reblock it again for your own safety. You can also make sure to check your balance regularly, change your PIN often, and report any suspicious activity. If you suspect fraud, report it right away. Unfortunately, there's another type of theft that I've seen popping up that is a little harder to protect yourself from, and that's theft by government employees. In Fresno, California, a worker named Desiree Ortiz used her position at the Department of Social Services to steal over $97,000 in benefits from EBT users who needed them. She allegedly did this by changing passwords on different accounts and then swiping the funds for her own benefit. She faces more than 11 years in custody if she is convicted of all charges and allegations. Now, if something seems off with your benefits or you are suddenly unable to access your account, reach out to your local SNAP office. Try to talk to someone new, maybe a supervisor. If you suspect that a government employee has been interfering with your benefits, you can also reach out to law enforcement or file a complaint with the USDA or contact the Office of the Inspector General. I know that hearing about these scams can be really disheartening. It's unfair that anybody should have to worry about their benefits being stolen, especially those who rely on them the most. There are resources and people who can help. And speaking of help, I want to share some information that could be a lifeline for some of you. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, you may be entitled to financial compensation. I know it can be hard to navigate these situations, but we work with a company that specializes in connecting people with attorneys who can help you navigate the legal process and potentially recover the funds that you need to be able to move forward. They may even be able to help you get financial relief if you were diagnosed with certain illnesses after being exposed to certain products, like if you've been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac. They can also help you apply for disability benefits or appeal a denial if you've been unable to work due to your injury or illness. They offer a free consultation to assess your situation and see if you're eligible. There's no obligation, and you won't pay any fees unless they win your case. I know it can be tough to think about stuff like this when you're already dealing with so much, but sometimes this kind of support can make a world of difference. If you're struggling financially, it's worth exploring all of your options. You can find more information about our sponsor injury claims and all of their open opportunities at lirlinks.com/claims. Now let's shift gears and talk about some good news. It's getting easier and easier to spend your EBT benefits online. DoorDash has partnered with Forage to expand access to SNAP merchants, and Instacart can now process EBT payments at 1,400 Rite Aid locations and more than 200 Giant Eagle stores nationwide. Shipt can accept EBT for purchases at Meijer and Target stores, and they plan to add more stores soon. Now that Shipt is accepting EBT, they've also rolled out a sweet new EBT discount. You can get a discounted Shipt Snap membership for more than 50% off of regular price. You just need to sign up at shipt.com/LP/snap. And on that note, We have found 20 new EBT admission discounts this month. I am really excited about this month's list because one of my family's all-time favorite places made the list, and that's the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium in Utah. They've got amazing animal exhibits, incredible interactive features, and an awesome outdoor space, and now, thanks to EBT discounts, they're even more accessible than ever. But that's not all. Here are the other fantastic places where your EBT card can now get you discounted admission. Children's Museum of Yuma County in Yuma, Arizona. Little Rock Zoo in Little Rock, Arkansas. There are several new additions in California, including the Carnegie Arts Center in Turlock, the Fresno Chaffee Zoo in Fresno, the Legion of Honor in San Francisco, and the Institute of Contemporary Art, which has locations in both San Diego and Encinitas. Rookery Bay Environmental Learning Center in Naples, Florida. Illinois has 2 new additions, the Grand Army of the Republic Military Museum in Aurora and the Cranert Art Museum in Champaign. The International Monster Truck Museum and Hall of Fame in Butler, Indiana now has an EBT discount, as does Ladue Topiary Gardens in Moncton, Maryland. The Northeastern Nevada Museum in Elko, Nevada, Leonardo's Children's Museum in Enid, Oklahoma. Pennsylvania has 2 new additions. That would be the Everhart Museum in Scranton and the Hanover Area Historical Society in Hanover. The Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History in Corpus Christi, Texas, has also added an EBT discount. In Utah, there are 2 new additions, the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium in Draper, which I love, and the Treehouse Museum in Ogden, which I have not been to. We've also found discounts at the Milwaukee County Historical Society in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the Rotary Botanical Garden in Janesville, Wisconsin as well, and we've added all of the information about these discounts to our complete nationwide list of over 1,000 EBT discounts at lowincomerelief.com/EBT. Make sure to check it out because we're constantly updating those lists. And now for that Sunbucks schedule delay that I promised to talk to you about earlier. A lot of states have already started sending out those benefits, and that's great. But in other states, the rollout hasn't gone very well at all. In some cases, states that had planned to send their benefits out in June have rescheduled those deposits for later in the year. For example, the day before Connecticut families were supposed to get their deposits, the state suddenly announced that the money wouldn't be sent until August instead. That's a big problem for a lot of families, some of whom had already budgeted their summer according to that deposit. In Louisiana, they started sending out deposits, but only to certain people. They have decided to send the benefits out in phases depending on how a family qualifies. So Phase 1 families have already got their benefits. Phase 2 families will get them at the end of July, and Phase 3 families will have to wait even longer. It appears that Phase 2 is for families who are automatically eligible because they participate in a means-tested program like Medicaid, FITAP, Kinship Care, or the National School Lunch Program, while Phase 3 is for people who are not automatically eligible and have to apply to receive those benefits. Both Virginia and New York have announced that they have opened their Sunbucks applications on July 1st. These applications are only for people who are not automatically eligible. If your child already receives benefits from SNAP, TANF, school meals, or if you participate in another means-tested government program, you should not have to apply, but those applications are for people who do qualify but aren't automatically entered. Now, Nebraska had a really confusing glitch this month. Many families received an unexpected letter from the Department of Health and Human Services that said their summer EBT benefits had expired. The letter was referring to last year's P-EBT benefits, but many families thought it meant this year's summer benefits, and that's partially because many of the families who received these letters didn't even know that they had P-EBT money at all, and unfortunately they weren't notified until the money was gone, which is kind of rude. But the good news is that these letters were not referring to the money that should still be coming this summer, so at least there's that. Now, as we wrap things up here today, I just have a few more odds and ends that I found in my research. In California, the Sonora Certified Farmers Market is now accepting EBT benefits. Georgia has made significant strides to reduce their SNAP backlog, but there are still tens of thousands of new cases waiting for approval. Hawaii is reporting that some of their benefits may be delayed because they are very short-staffed right now. Around 1 in 4 of their jobs are unfilled, which means that they just aren't able to get things done as quickly as they should, and they're scrambling to try to get those things processed. Now in New Mexico, those who were affected by the Salt or the South Fork fires can request EBT replacement until July 17th. This only applies to people who experienced a loss of food in the 88312, 88345, 88355, 88346, and 88340 zip codes. If that's you, please make sure that you file that loss with the Human Services Department. Now, I know that was a lot of information. Don't forget to check out our recent video on how to get free gift cards for more ways that you can save money and get free stuff. I'll see you there.